Share. Oh, geez. Okay. Here we
Welcome,
go.
everybody. I'm Tina Dowd, and you are here with us, Vacations for Canadians. And today we are lucky to have our partner, Virgin Voyages, for our September Supplier of the Month. So, with us today is Sean Russo. He is our sales manager, and we are pre recording this because Sean is about to head off and make ship happen in the month of September. So, we are not live on this, but we are here anyways to share with you all the fun and great things with Virgin Voyages. So, I'm going to pass it over to you, Sean.
Thank you very much, Cindy. Yes, my name is Sean Russo. I take care of the sales here in Canada. And while you're listening to this, I'll be in the beautiful city of New York, welcoming brilliant lady for the first time to North America, getting ready for her launch. But I've got some of her itineraries and some really great promotions that I will talk about throughout this presentation. So just for those that aren't aware about what Virgin Voyage is all about, we really want you to discover why we are the world's #1 cruise line. Since debuting back in 2021, we've earned over 200 awards and rave reviews from both our industry experts like our friends here at Vacations for Canadians and sailors just like yourselves. We were the first brand to sweep the Cruise Critics Awards, and we've topped Travel and Leisure magazines for 2 years in a row. But we also just won it for their 3rd year in a row, the first time ever. And we're very, very pleased and very humbled by this accolade from you, our wonderful sailors. This is not only just that our sailors have returned satisfied, they've come back inspired, eager to plan their next voyage with us and our friends at Vacations for Canadians, and to tell all their wonderful families, members, and friends about how we really make ship happen. But what we are really is we are that adults-only experience. A lot of amazing cruise lines out there focus around the idea of kids sail free. We focus around the idea of kids our sail kid free, right? So picture this, when you're on board, you won't find splash zones or kids clubs, just sophisticated spaces for grown-up adults to unwind, to connect and indulge. Think about those beautiful, serene sun decks, those chic cocktail bars, those late night entertainment, and the restaurants where every meal is really an experience. Every moment at Virgin Voyages, we believe, is elevated, from the menus crafted by world-class chefs, shows that redefine what cruising can all be about, and those hidden spots perfect for those quiet moments or even those lively celebrations. Every moment on there is focused around you as the adult in mind, so you can unwind, indulge, and truly relax without those little ones running around. But we're not only just for couples, right? Couples are a really big part of our experience, but it's also amazing for multi-generational, right? Regardless if you are the adult and you're looking upwards to maybe your parents joining you, or downwards for your adult children for joining us, there's always a space and an experience for you. Also think about those groups of friends, family members, whether you're celebrating an anniversary, a birthday, whatever. We love to welcome everyone, and we know our friends here at Vacations for Canadians are eager to help you satisfy your requirements. But we also love our solo travelers. Solo travelers are a huge demographic with us here at Virgin Voyages, and I know that we do push out some great savings on select voyages. So make sure that if you are a solo traveler, that you're connecting with your consultant of choice, and they can help you out and see what opportunities might be available for you. Now, when it comes to our beautiful ships, we have completed the circle, if you were. When we launched in 2021, we wanted to have 4 ships. We finally got our 4th ship into circulation by the time you watch this recording. And all of our ships, they're not too big, they're not too small, they're really just perfectly right, kind of like that porridge. We focus really around the idea of a super yacht meets a boutique hotel. And that creates different sorts of environments, more smaller, more intimate spaces that really allow you as a sailor to enjoy the holiday you want without the stuffiness, dress codes, or forced formality that some cruise lines are known for. In addition with that, we love to include as much value as possible within every single one of our voyage fares. We say there's over $1,000 of added value in every single one of our experiences. The fact that the tips and gratuity are included, that all your dining are included, that we believe Wi-Fi is a basic human right, and the base Wi-Fi is included in the fare, all the way up to those essential beverages. Also, we understand that ship happens in people's life sometimes, so we want to be flexible when we work with great partners like Vacations for Canadians to have a flexible booking policy and allow you to change names up to 48 hours prior. In addition, we love the way that the industry and our sailors have embraced our take on a beverage package. The bar tab is unlike any other experience that a cruise line offers, giving you that ultimate flexibility to choose how much you want to pay for your drinks, as well as get a bonus from us at Virgin Voyages. This allows you also to share with your cabin mate or buy a drink for anyone you like. If you want to go a little harder one day, all the power to you. If you don't want to drink one day, you're never worrying about having to lose that money or have money spent if you're not executing it. If you go to bed with $200 and you don't drink the next day, guess what? You have $200 when you decide to drink again. So it's a really flexible program. It's also available to utilize in our mocktail program, as well as our specialty coffees, smoothies, and juice bar. But really, I think what really shines and what puts us a little bit different than the other fantastic cruise lines out there is our dining program. The fact that we've got over 20 eateries on board, that they're all designed by Michelin star chefs. Now that every single ship is out in the water, we've also reviewed and changed up the menus a little bit. So the menu in extra virgin on one ship is a little bit different than another. And that's because we have such a high repeat rate, and we always want to create different dining experiences, regardless of which lady ship you want to sail on. And of course, we have the zero buffets, right? You're not having to worry about how long that food might have been sitting there, or have to fight with someone trying to get that prime cut. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself while a waiter or waitress takes care of every single one of your needs. Now, we do have those 6 main restaurants, right? From the Wake's upscale steakhouse vibes to Gumbay's rowdy Korean barbecue to Pink Agave's modern Mexican, and of course the test kitchen with its molecular magic. It's all there. But we've also taken Razzle Dazzle and tweaked it a little bit. So Razzle Dazzle, as it's originally designed, more of a vegan, vegetarian, a little bit more of a healthier kick, with some naughty menu items on there, still resides exactly the same on Resilient and Valiant. However, on Scarlet Lady, at night, she becomes Lucky Lotus, which is a modern Asian restaurant. And we're really proud to debut Rojo on Brilliant Lady. Very different concept than our traditional ones, and even a different layout on Brilliant Lady. She's got her own little lounge in the middle of the restaurant, and she's focused on tapas, more smaller, shareable plate experiences, which we're quite happy and excited to showcase to the world. In addition, with our entertainment, it is second to none. We believe in really creating an experience that you won't see anywhere else. So we don't license our own entertainment from other people. We design everything ourselves. We focus around the idea, the underlining basis of love and respect, and have a little bit of fun. So each one of our ships now have a unique entertainment experience. Some shows are just, like I said, are just exclusive for the ship that you will be sailing on. For instance, like Persephone, exclusive to our Resilient Lady, the story around how we got our 4 seasons, and the struggle between living above ground or underground, or the good world and respectively the underworld. Or when we brought back Dual Reality, our award-winning show that was the first one to ever jump ship and to travel the world, including on Broadway. Our story of Romeo and Juliet will be debuting again with some new tweaks, some new acrobatic experiences on Brilliant Lady this September. And this is all delivered by our amazing Happenings cast. We don't believe that one single person should be the MC of your amazing cruise experience, nor do we have the traditional cruise director. These Happenings cast are the individuals that will be the ones beside you while you're experiencing, entertaining you, engaging you on different experiences. And they all have their own persona and personality around there. So we can't wait for you to meet them. In addition, we have gone away with the traditional white night. I'm always a fan of a good white night and a good, like, all together experience. And we've done that differently with our Scarlet Night. The idea of celebrating the love of 2 wonderful individuals, where we have a mock wedding, a bunch of different storytelling, and of course, an epic pool party where we encourage you to leave respectfully the white at home and bring a little bit of red on board. But it's not all about the food and, of course, the entertainment. It's also around that wellness. Life itself should be all about balance. And we've started that culinary program, if we step back a second, where we have some more small plates, not ever restricting you on what you can and cannot order or the quantity of what you can order, but more smaller digestible plates so you can literally order the menu and you can try different things without having just to commit to one experience. But for other people, wellness is around the idea of, taking care of oneself, whether it be enjoying our beautiful gym, whether it be enjoying our award-winning redemption spa, everything from therapeutic practices or even the spa. Or it could be a running on a runway or a walking track, or enjoying some great yoga at the Perch Daily. These things are all bundled into that wonderful fare, so you don't have to worry about, is that included. The only thing you want to worry about or think about is with the spa; those are become at additional price points. But there are ways to get that bundled in when I speak of the cabins, which I'll move into next. Now, our cabins themselves really wanted to have a punch of color in there. They wanted to be a little bit more creative than your traditional contemporary cruise line. We wanted to bring in the vibrant colors, the technology, and of course, the outside world whenever possible. That's why over 93% of our cabins at least have a sea view, while 86% of those cabins have a beautiful balcony or a sea terrace. But there are other options out there. If you're starting on the more economical perspective, we do have insider cabins, and there's different configurations associated with this. This picture here is more situated around like a matrimonial style double occupancy, but they can go up to quads with our social insiders. Perfect for a group of friends that want to travel together and they want to do it as economically as possible. We then move into that sea view component, and there's 89 of these on each one of our ships. A maximum of 3 people, and in lieu of an outdoor space, we have the porthole or a window, depending on where it is, respectfully on the ship. And eventually, you can still enjoy the views of whatever is happening around you outside. But the majority of our cabins are these are sea terraces. And our sea terraces have those iconic red hammocks on, I would say, probably 98% of them. As the ship is naturally designed and there's a curve at the front of the ship, some of those have opted for a egg chair, which is quite comfortable in lieu of the hammock. But your Vacations for Canadians consultant can always take a look online and let you know which one those have. But I said probably like 98% of them have the beautiful hammock. They're also broken into subsections. So you have ones that are on lower decks that might have a limited view. And on our new Brilliant Lady, those limited view ones on deck 8 also have dual hammocks because we brought the lifeboats in a little bit so she can be compliant for the canal. But that's an option if you want outdoor space, but on a more economical perspective. Our sea terraces are our regular ones. Our central sea terraces are more around the midship variety, so midship location. And the XL do not afford more space of living, but it changes the washroom configuration a little bit. Perfect for maybe two friends or someone that wants to, or 2 people that want to enjoy the washroom at the same time. Maybe someone's, say, having a shower while someone's brushing their teeth, or whatever the case might be, giving a little bit more space. But where I think we really shine is our beautiful Rockstar suites. These are where we combine all the bells and whistles associated with the other cabins and elevate the experience. These are all designed in conjunction with Richard Branson, as well as our designer, Tom Dixon, who's known for clash between marble and brass, and they provide a little bit more perks associated with it. Things like access to Richard's rooftop, where you have access to enjoy a beautiful private oasis just exclusively for our Rockstar guests. Think hot tubs, loungers, day beds, and of course, cocktail o'clock every day. But when you move into our Rockstar suites, we give you a little bit more perks too, right? So as I mentioned, you get access to Rich's rooftop. You've got an in-room bar where the first run of bottles are on us. So perfect for a pre-dinner cocktail. You have early access to making your dining reservations and those amazing shore excursions. And you'll have access to a concierge to help you out with anything you need. But if you want a little bit more, you can move into the Mega Rock Stars, right? Some of these suites are just over 2,100 square feet. They include everything I just mentioned plus more. So you get a daily bar tab. So remember when I spoke about the bar tab, you get every beverage 25 US dollars or under, which basically just takes away like high-end scotches, and two bottles of wine $90 or under per sailing, or sorry, per day. You also have access to the spa. So if you are someone that enjoys like the thermal spa, the hot and cold plunge pools, the saunas, the mud rooms, the eucalyptus room, this is a really great add because you can go every single day. We'll also pick you up at the local airport or within 50 miles of the port in there. And this is the only only room category that we do provide transfers for. But what I really love about this is that in-room bar. So the previous one had an in-room bar where the first round of bottles were on us. This one is a bottomless one, and it can be curated. So think about it right now. Right here in Toronto, we just had Oasis in town, and I believe they're back for another night. So in their green room, they probably have certain things they'd like. So for instance, if I was in a Mega Rockstar suite, I might have like different types of gin because I'm a gin drinker. I'm not a tequila drinker, so I'd probably remove that. I'd probably remove the rum and try different sorts of mixes. It's also great because a lot of our Mega Rockstar clients will also be traveling with family members or friends and bring them in for a pre-dinner cocktail. But when we start looking at the wonderful itineraries that all of these perks that I just mentioned are available on, we go to over 150 different destinations across 4 to 60 night different itineraries. So let's start looking at some of my favorites and some new ones that are available to you now. So let's start off with the Caribbean. The Caribbean's where we were born and bred starting in 2021. Now, for the Caribbean, we have two main ports that we utilize throughout the year. Year round, we're out of Miami in our beautiful Terminal V. But in our winter months, we're also going to be out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Winter months being traditionally November through April. Now, for the first time ever in 2025 into 2026, we're going to have all four of our ships in the Caribbean. So the Scarlet Lady, our first ship, is going to be returning to her roots, doing the shorter itineraries. Valiant Lady is going to be into and out of San Juan, doing 7-night itineraries. Resilient Lady will be coming for the first time officially into Miami, and she'll be doing 7-night itineraries as well. And our Brilliant Lady, our fourth and brand new ship, will be out of Miami doing a variety of different lengths of voyages where maybe 1 week is not long enough, but 2 weeks is too long. When we start looking at the itineraries, one of the most popular ones that we have going on right now is the Cayman Coves and Jamaican Waterfalls. It is running multiple times, and this is just a selection of them. She also has a very similar itinerary available where we switch out the ports in day 3 and day 5. So in this particular example, Ocho Rios is the first main port of call, and then Georgetown Grand Cayman is the second one. On the other one, it will just swap those out. So there are multiple different ways to experience this depending on your preferred travel dates and preferred first port. But this also includes our beautiful beach club in Bimini, the Bahamas. Another example is the Sunny Miles of Tropical Isles, where it has a 12-hour and 8 to 8 p.m. Bridgetown experience. And this is one of those first ones I'll show you that introduces the late nights and or the overnight experiences. Something that points us in a little bit of different direction of some other cruise lines in the Caribbean. This is more prevalent when we start moving into Europe, but we want you to experience the ports of call in different lights, because there's a really great and different vibe from the daytime to the evening, and we want you to experience both options. This one's also really great because it only has one sailing day. So for those that love the port experiences, this really gives you a great bang for your buck in terms of port experiences. For example, the Columbia and Caribbean Isles, an 11-night voyage on Resilient Lady, right? This is a great option here. This has a early morning stop off in Cartagena where we leave at 11:59, or let's just call it midnight. So you can literally come and go from the ship. This is that perfect example where I would personally get off, probably go to the Rosario Islands, enjoy the sun, get back to the ship, maybe have a siesta, change up, and then get back back into the old town to enjoy. You've got a wonderful 12-hour experience in Aruba, as well as a 12-hour experience in St. John's, Antigua as well. Different experience for those that can afford a little bit more time away from home in April of this year, as well as next year. In addition, we've got the Caribbean East, which is Virgin and St. Isles itinerary. Again, this one is one that I'd position primarily for those that love to enjoy the ports, right? Because you begin in San Juan, you're going to be in Tortola and the BVIs, which is known that if Branson is around at home, he tends to come over to the ship and pretend he's a pirate. And he just interacts with one of our sailors if he's available. But what we like to do is do a little fireworks show from Necker Island as we pass by afterwards. We've got St. Kitts and Nevis, where the beautiful beaches match the amazing local landscape. And then you got St. John's, which is like a true vacationer's paradise on the island of Antigua, of course, followed up by St. Lucia. For our short itineraries, we've changed them up. We still have our amazing Fire and Sunset Soiree, which is our quick 4-day, but we included another 5-day experience here, where instead of Key West, we brought in Grand Turks and in Turks and Caicos, giving another beach day experience for individuals that want to enjoy the beautiful white sands. And of course, a 12-hour stop at our beautiful beach club at Bimini. And last but not least, in the Caribbean, here's another one of the ones I like, St. Kitts, Barbados, Martinique, and more. Again, I'm focusing a little bit more on the port-heavy ones because I believe that's really the great chance. If you want to get off, you have the opportunity, so they're not so many sea days that are there. But I mean, the ship itself is definitely an attraction. 2 12-hour stops again here, both in Bridgetown and in St. John's. But of course, Bimini, that beach club experience is phenomenal. It is included in the voyage fare, meaning you're not paying any extra to join us here. Your food is all included. And if you have a bar tab, it carries forward. If you are in one of our beautiful Rockstar suites, you have access to our cabanas and such like that are included for our Rockstar cabins. But we could also rent cabins if there are any available for our non-suite individuals. As we move into the Mediterranean, Europe, this is where we as a brand, Virgin, really started back as a record company. And we utilize multiple different ports depending on the ship and the itinerary. But our main ones will be either Athens, Barcelona, Portsmouth, as well as Reykjavik. And we've just released all of our 2027 itineraries, which is really great. So if you're a forward planner, you can really take advantage of some of these great promotions that I'll end with today for our 2027 ones, because they're included in those wonderful voyage fares for the most part. But our number one sailing across the world, and it would be silly for me not to put it in, is our Greek island Glow. What I love about this itinerary is the late nights, and now we're going to bring in that overnight experience. So Santorini is a 12-hour experience, 8 to 8, same as Bodrum, Turkey, 8 to 8. But what I love is day 6. Picture this. You get in at day 6 in Mykonos at 9 in the morning. We don't leave until day 7 at 2 p.m. So there's a couple different things you can potentially have a conversation with your Vacations for Canadians consultant on. One, they can definitely help align you with some shore things that fit your preference, but also think about the idea of maybe taking that little backpack you brought on the plane and stuffing it with a change of clothes and some toiletries, and maybe get a hotel in Mykonos. There's some beautiful, beautiful hotels within walking distance right of the port. So you can have like a land and sea experience if you wish, just creating something a little bit different for you. Same idea here with Starry Nights in Greece and Croatia, right? You've got that same 9 to 2 p.m. experience in Bodrum, in Mykonos. You've got those 2 same 12-hour stops in Santorini and Bodrum, but you've also got a 14-hour experience in Dubrovnik, right? Perfect for the Game of Thrones individuals, as well as Corfu. Amazing shopping, fantastic medieval architecture, and wicked restaurants, and that's a 9-hour stop in Corfu. Or looking at a new destination. So brand new for us, Croatia, Montenegro, Greece, and Albania. So Albania is a brand new stop for us, and we do that very easy. It's only a short distance from a ferry ride over traditionally. So we see a lot of people when they were in Corfu would go to, for instance, Albania. This one we're carrying the ship with us. So from Montenegro, we're going to move over to Albania. Nice, peaceful country, great seafood. And when I went, really nice nature walks and light hiking. So really great for the semi-active individual. For instance, we've got some other brand new itineraries. This one on Scarlet Lady, just released last week, is our Med Coastal Melody, Athens to Barcelona. So this is one that we would call in the industry an open jaw, starting in one place and ending in another. And this one has an 11-hour experience in the Amalfi Coast in Italy, starting at 9 in the morning and leaving at 8 p.m. Also, Rome, Florence, Mykonos, and more. Again, a late night experience in Florence, an 8 to 8, a 12-hour one, a 12.5-hour experience in Santorini, and then, of course, a overnight experience again in Mykonos. Some of these basically show the case that depending on how much time you want to be away from home, you can really create different experiences. So if you've got 7 days, we've got a great one. If you've got a little bit longer time, we've got a great one that's opening up more wonderful destinations for you. Or on the flip side here, this is a great one that's beginning in Barcelona and ending in Athens with a 13-hour experience in Rome. And if you've ever been to Rome on a cruise, you know that the city is a far distance away from the actual port, so you want to maximize that time. You've got a wonderful 12.5 hours in Mykonos, so a little bit different, right? So this one gives you some more destinations, but still includes Mykonos, but just not the overnight one. Now, as we move into North America with our wonderful Brilliant Lady, this is that ship that's going to be debuting on September 5th. So I will be down there for that. So that's why this is being pre-recorded. We've got so many cool itineraries out there. If you love Halloween, this is a great one in and out of LA going into Mexico. A quick 5-day experience where we do a Halloween party, but we also do the Halloween edition across all of our ships, including the ones that are doing transatlantics over into North America. We've got some amazing Alaskan itineraries that are selling like hotcakes, and this is actually the first of the itinerary. So if you want to be on one of the first itineraries, is a 10-day itinerary with a 14-hour stop off in Sagway, 7 to 9 p.m. And we know at this time of the year, you know, it gets dark pretty darn late there. It's not at the 24 hours yet in May, but it's a really great experience on there from Vancouver to Seattle. Or an example here where it's a round trip Seattle with an 8-hour experience in Juneau. Really fun town, Juneau. Some great distilleries and breweries as well that I like to hit up when I go there. And I can't wait to be doing those cruising experiences, whether it be in the Inside Passage or the fjords, in my wonderful hammock with my nice warm blanket, as well as taking advantage of some of the new vantage points that are provided through the enhancements that Brilliant Lady has as she's come into service. In addition, we've got some other different itineraries, this one being on the East Coast, where you can go from the fall colors in mid to late October, all the way to the warm weather of Puerto Rico, as well as an overnight experience in Bermuda. This is one where we get in just around the dinner hour at 6:30, and we don't leave until 4 p.m. the next day. So giving you the chance to come and go again as you wish on this great open jaw itinerary. Or if you do love those fall colors, this is a round trip New York experience, an 8-day itinerary with a 12-hour stop in Boston, as well as a just about 11-hour stop off in St. John in New Brunswick, as well as, of course, a great stop in Halifax. But if you like to really have the ship as the center of attention, you should always take a look and consider those transatlantic, those repositioning cruises. This is when the ships are coming from traditionally the Caribbean over to the Mediterranean and vice versa. For example, one of the ones that are going in the spring of next year and moving over to Europe is our transatlantic to Spain and Morocco, including a 14-hour stop in one of my favorite cities, Casablanca. You can do the whole Rick's Cafe. You can go to the beautiful markets, take a look at the mosque. There's so much vibrance in that city, which I quite love, as well as some other great ports of call during this 2-week journey. But what I'm really excited about out of all my transatlantics that are coming, and I'm trying to hopefully find a spot on this one myself, is the Iceland, Greenland, Canada, and New York City itinerary. Just under 2 weeks, giving you that chance to really, finish up in Europe, go see those beautiful fall colors as you make your way to New York City with our first ever stop in St. John's, Newfoundland. So I can't wait for this experience. But outside of that, there are so many different itineraries out there, and there's so many different themes. So if you are one to like to celebrate a holiday, whether it's a Hallmark holiday or it's a traditional calendar holiday, we have everything there for you. One of my favorite months is the Celebrate Her month, which is focused around Mother's Day, really focusing on all the women, the mothers in our life, or the motherly figures, because none of us would be who we are without our wonderful mothers bringing us into this world. So we like to celebrate them. The idea of Valentine's Day, or of course, the more traditional things like New Year's and the holiday experiences are there. But what I'd like to do is wrap up a little bit by talking about some of these amazing offers that are available through our friends here at the Vacations for Canadians when you're booking your Virgin Voyages. So first and foremost, I wanted to talk a little bit about our Canadian residency rates. So our Canadian residency rates are an opportunity for you to save up to 15% in addition to whatever the in-market offer is. And these sailings are select voyages through April 2026. So if you're looking to sail anywhere between, say, today and the end of April, let your Vacations for Canadians consultant know, because they can take a look and see if there's any additional savings that you can have. These are not published rates, really a great partnership and an opportunity to work with such an amazing agency such as this. In addition, they've got an exclusive offer where they have $100 bar tab. So that is our beverage. Remember our beveraging. So per cabin on eligible sailings, both on our Brilliant Lady and our Resilient Lady. These are our 7-night itineraries on Resilient Lady from November 15th to April 25th. These are the departure dates. Or on select sailings on our Brilliant Lady, our brand new ship, from September 5th through the 26th of December. Really great offer to get, you can combine the latter two offers in with this one, which is quite nice. In addition, if you're looking for something a little bit further out, right, definitely inquire with your Vacations for Canadians consultant, because they've got some onboard offer credits that are available for you. These are traditionally ones that are 121 or more days away from when you book it, but anywhere up to $400 of onboard credit, right? So these are some great promotions that are available for you. In addition, if you're sailings in 2025, we're carrying on with our amazing Sailing Club offer. So Sailing Club for us is our loyalty program, right? Where we'll do a status match on a lot of our amazing friends in the industry. It is also a very easy club to be in, because we don't look at how much money you spent or what room categories you're in. We just love that you've come back more and more. So the way it works in general is once you've sailed 3 or more times, you get afforded our Blue Extras, which includes a specialty coffee every day, so you don't need to use your bar tab. We'll have a concierge with your sailor services support. We'll have a cocktail party for all of our Blue Extras, as well as we'll take care of one bag of laundry, and the bags are pretty darn big there. Then when you're on sailing 5 or more, you're going to get an extra $100 bar tab per sailor. You're going to get priority boarding. So right after our suites, you get to go on. We're going to upgrade your Wi-Fi into our premium Wi-Fi so you can do some streaming. We also will up your coffees from 1 to 2, and we'll do some pressing. So if you're like me and cram everything into a carry-on and you want your outfit for, say, Scarlet Night to be pressed or whatnot, we can definitely do that for you. But with the loyalty match program, regardless if you sailed with us or not, if you are loyal to these other brands, which I'll show 1 second, you will get access to our blue extras, right? And pretend you're on your 3rd sailing, even if it's your 1st. So here are the wonderful loyalty programs on the left, and the membership tiers on the right. And you can always inquire with your Vacations for Canadians representative if you are applicable for it. But this is for 2025 sailings only. We might be bringing this in again into 2026, but we're not 100% sure as of yet. And last but not least, we also want to say thank you for joining us on this webinar. I know you could be anywhere, but we appreciate you being here, where we will offer a $50 bar tab on new bookings made by September 30th, right? But I believe, Tita, you want to up this, don't you?
I do, Sean.
What do you
Thanks
want to
for
do?
reminding me.
No worries.
So I'm going to take Sean's offer and double it. So if you book with these terms, which is literally almost every sailing with a few exceptions, like lock it in rates, it's not combinable with the other $100 that Sean had talked about earlier. But other than that, we're going to make it $100. So you're going to get $100 on your sailing, except for a few exceptions. It's going to apply to every booking.
That is fantastic. Thank you for taking care of your sailors so well.
Well, we believe that Virgin Voyages is an amazing experience. Personally sailed with you guys 4 times, and honestly, the perks are amazing. The food is amazing. The ships are beautiful. It's an experience everybody should have.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you for that glowing review and testimonial. And on behalf of the entire team, whether it's myself or amazing crew from over 80 different countries on board one of our 4 beautiful lady ships, we want to say thank you so much. You're in amazing hands with our friends here at Vacations for Canadians, and we hope to see you on board soon. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Sean. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.